let's move on. And let's talk about the diddler. Well, it looks like, well, now, while Molly out here getting wrapped up in court cases, it looked like Diddy might get a break in one of his. Excuse me, and especially coming from Lil Rod, the male producer that worked on his Love album, when he was out here accusing the diddler of SA and a whole bunch of other stuff. So, Sean the Diddler Combs won a small portion of his uphill legal battle on Monday when a federal judge dismissed the Racketeer Influence and Corruption Act, that'd be the RICO Act, portion, and 4 other causes of action brought in the $30 million legal filing for Rodney Lil Rod Jones, the producer whose accusations preceded a flood of legal complaints against the rap mogul and his company. So, according to Variety, they said the following. They said Jones initially filed his suit against Combs in New York on February 2024, stating that Combs made unwanted sexual advances and forced him to hire sex workers and engage in relationships with them. Jones named Combs as well as a RICO enterprise consisting of his son Justin, his chief of staff Christina Coram, who they note as his Ghislaine Maxwell. Now, if y'all don't know who Ghislaine Maxwell is, you need to Google Schmoogle, because if you pop her name pop up, so will Jeffrey Epstein's. Now, they also, in addition to Christina Coram and his son Justin, Universal Music Group CEO Lucian Grange, former Motown Records CEO Ethiopia Habtemariam, and numerous record labels and Jane and John Doe's. He then refiled several amended complaints in the months that followed. But in an order to filed earlier today and reviewed by Variety, Judge J. Paul Oetken granted and denied parts of Combs's August 2024 motion to dismiss the case. The order also reprimanded Jones' attorney Tyrone Blackburn and described his conduct regarding the motion as unsettling. The judge dismissed the RICO charge against Combs and Coram in the case, failing to find a viable argument in Jones's opposition brief, and that it should not be necessary to root around a 402-paragraph complaint to contrive novel arguments on Jones's behalf. He also dismissed negligent and intentional infliction of emotional distress claims, breach of contract claims, and the Trafficking Victims Protective Act, which would be TVPA for short, claim against Combs Global. The TVPA claims against Combs and Coram were granted, and the judge declined to dismiss sexual assault and liability claims. The motion also issued a stern warning to Blackburn, stating that his filings are replete with inaccurate statements of law, conclusory accusations, and inappropriate ad hominem attacks on opposing counsel. The judge referenced Blackburn's opposition brief and the complaint as full of irrelevant insults, misstatements, and exaggerations, stating that any further misconduct may lead to sanctions or referral for discipline. You know what I feel like? That even if this stuff turns out to be true, these lawyers are ruining it for these people. If this actually turns out to be true with what's going on with them, their cases are being ruined because you got Tony Busby out here pulling stunts and shows, and now you got Tyrone Blackburn with his mess. Now, in a statement provided to Variety, Blackburn commented, "A win is a win. Playtime is over. Now it's time for discovery." Jones filed the suit in February 2024 after producing 6 songs on Combs' Grammy-nominated The Love album. I don't know how y'all nominating Diddy music for a Grammy. That shit is terrible. But anyway, it said The Love album Off the Grid that releases September 2023. He claims that Combs acquired, used, and distributed ecstasy, booger sugar, and other illicit drugs, displayed illegal firearms, and laced alcoholic beverages provided to minors and sex workers at his various homes, among other allegations. After Jones filed 2 amended complaints, Combs filed his own motion to dismiss in August of 2024. Jones' second amended complaint in his third attempt to dress up a run-of-the-mill commercial disagreement as a salacious RICO conspiracy read the motion, running into nearly 100 pages. It includes countless tall tales, shameless celebrity name drops, and irrelevant images. Yet, despite all its hyperbole and lurid theatrics, the SAC fails to state a single viable claim against any of Combs' defendants. So y'all thought y'all was going to actually come out here with all that psychobabble, all that mumbo jumbo you was throwing up in there, all that word salad, and you thought that was just going to be entertaining enough to get something out of a situation. I'm like, if you was trying to come out here with all this hyperbole, you could have just wrote a novel. Like, you was trying to be all that entertaining with your writing. But if the judge is saying what he's saying for now, it's just like, I guess it is what it is. But we'll have to see how the rest of them cases turn out once May gets around here. I heard that his trial's been delayed for like a week in May. But nevertheless, it is happening. I'll be definitely keeping abreast of this story as it develops. I don't want to be in here just like every day talking about any new little Diddy story, whatever, because it gets repulsive, it gets monotonous. It just is like, okay, like another day, another Diddy story. It was just getting a little, tedious, I guess is the word I was looking for. That was the word I was looking for. It's getting a little tedious to be talking about all this. So when something important comes up in regards to the Diddy case, it's like, I'll talk about it. And today, this is something important because it's an update on a case that has to do with someone who was a producer that worked on his last album. So I want to hear from y'all. What do you guys think of this story regarding those, like, some of the charges against Diddy is getting dismissed from Little Rod, the breach of contract, the RICO charge, all that other stuff. That's what we're getting for now. I don't know if there's any other charges that's gets to stay. Then we'll get to that bridge when we get there, and I'll just keep you guys abreast of the story as it develops. So I definitely want to hear from you all. Let me know what you guys think of this story in the comments down below.